And today's teaching is titled The Stony, or the Unbelieving. Because Stony means unbelieving. Unbelief means without faith and the heathen ways. So will we conform to this world of unbelief, or will we stand strong in the faith of the hope that is unseen to the carnal mind and unbelieving heart? There is a plumb line set in the midst of the congregation separating the believers from the unbelievers, and we must choose which way we will follow, the way unto life through the Spirit, or the way of the heathen, which is unto death eternal. So let's go to book Titus chapter 1 verse 15. Unto the pure all things are pure, but unto them that are defiled and unbelieving is nothing pure, but even their mind and conscience is defiled. And let's see what defiled is in the book Sovereign King James Bible, Paleo Spiritual Dictionary. Defiled is profane, and it's on page 1499. Defile, profane, unclean, pollute, blemish, vile, dishonor, dishonest, sodomite, corrupt, contaminate. So all these things is in their mind and conscience. They're profane, they're unbelieving, they polluted, they're vile because of their unbelief. They profess, verse 16, they profess that they know Jehovah, but in works they deny him because they put Jehovah as a man. They don't even use Jehovah. They use Yahweh Shai, which was a prophet sent to turn the people that was lost and in darkness back to know God, because he confessed to be a servant, and that was what he had to do, to give salvation, that word, unto his people. That was his whole purpose, and to show us that we can do it too, be an example to the flock. But in works they deny him, those unbelieving. They don't do these things. They believe that a man saved us through his actual blood, when it's all spiritual. It's the lifestyle that we take on, that way of life, either the way of spirit unto life eternal, or the way of death, the unbelieving way, which will defile us and have us that to deny him, to deny Jehovah, that spirit, by doing the works of the flesh, by putting your trust in flesh and not in the spirit, because you're unbelieving, being abominable and disobedient unto every good work, reprobate. So you'll never get it. You'll never understand the spiritual aspect and the spiritual profit of 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 this word, which guides us the right way, because our way is wrong. Our ways are filthy rags. Our righteousness is nothing. We are nothing but dust. So we have to obey his word and not be disobedient and reprobate and unbelieving. Let's go to Romans chapter 9, verse 6 through 8, because it's a mixed multitude. They profess that they know God, but it's not because of that word, not as though the word of Jehovah have taken none effect, for they're not all Israel. They are not all believers in that spirit which are of Israel. Neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all children. Because if you the seed of Abraham, you're going to be faithful and believe, which Abraham showed and proved and did. But in Isaac, that token shall thy seed be called. That is, they which are the children of the flesh, those of abominable works, and disobedient, and unto every good work reprobate, these are not the children of Jehovah, but the children of the promise, those that believe wholeheartedly. Unto the pure are all things pure are counted for the seed. You got to come with that pure heart, because he's going to test that heart and he's going to prove it. And you're going to be tried to see if you are a believer or a non-believer. Will you endure to that end as a believer, so you can get that reward? Romans chapter 3, verse 3 through 4, 10 through 12, 16 through 18. For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of Jehovah without effect? God forbid. Our God forbid. Yea, let God, Jehovah, be true, that word be true, but every man a liar, as it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when thou art taught. Because those unbelievers going to be out there trying to pick you off. So we got to put our trust in Jehovah and let every man be a liar. Prove them and test them. Prove what spirit is within them. Is it a spirit of belief or unbelief? Do they believe in the same salvation as you, or do they believe in fleshly salvation, which is temporal and will not profit you anything in the end? Because that same flesh is going to expire, and that same flesh is corrupt. So why learn from flesh? You must learn from that spirit which is everlasting and eternal. This is what we believe in. Verse 10 through 12. As it is written, there is none righteous, no, not one. That's why we can't put our trust in men. Can't put our trust in our own flesh. Verse 11. There is none that understandeth. There is none that seeketh after Jehovah. They are all gone out of the way. They are together become unprofitable. for a second. Let's go to John 6:63. This is what they put their trust in. The believers, it is the spirit that quickeneth, but the unbelievers, they believe in the flesh, which profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. They are all gone out of the way of that spirit and life. Become they are together become unprofitable because they have gone after the flesh. Verse 64, but there are some of you that believe not, for salvation. Yahweh knew from the beginning who they were that believed not and who should betray him. So they are gone out of the way, they are together become unprofitable. There is none that doeth good, no, not one. They're betraying that spirit because they're unbelieving, perverse, profane the spirit. 16. Destruction and misery are in their ways because they've gone out of the way of the spirit. The flesh profited nothing, so they're going to destruction. They have no substance. They have no rock to stand on. Destruction and misery are in their ways. And the way of peace have they not known. There is no desire, no fear of Jehovah before their eyes, before their understanding, in the presence of their understanding, because they have gone out of the way and have surrendered themselves to the flesh instead of believing in the spirit that quickeneth, that will revive you from that destruction and misery and give you that way of peace that we have not known because we have been in that fleshly body, carnal mind, which is enmity and abominable to Jehovah in his ways. Isaiah chapter 5, verse 20. Woe unto them that call evil good, because they say flesh is good. They worship men. They put men on pedestals. You will go tell a Christian or anybody that goes in these temples made with hands where the pastor is on the pulpit, you tell them about how the church is a lie, and you give them precepts about how God doesn't dwell in temples made with hands, but they won't believe you. They're unbelieving. They'll say, not my pastor. My pastor is not like that. They put their pastor on a pedestal instead of putting Jehovah before all. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light, and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet, and sweet for bitter. Leviticus chapter 18, verse 1 through 3. 1 through 3, 24, 26 through 27, 29, and 29 through 30. Leviticus 18, verse 1. And the Spirit of God spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, I am the Spirit of God, your guide, your salvation. After the doings of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwelt, shall ye not do, and after the doings of the land of Canaan, whither I bring you, shall ye not do. Were you call good evil and evil good? When you were out of the way, it was unprofitable, because you seeked after flesh. And after the doings of the land of Canaan, whither I bring you, shall ye not do, neither shall you walk in their ordinances. You got to learn our ordinances, statutes, and judgments, teachings, and doctrines. We have our own heritage to believe in, not the way of the world. Verse 24 and 26. Defile not ye yourselves in any of these things, for in all these the nations are defiled, which I cast out before you. That's why he said, don't learn their ordinances. (26 through 27). Ye shall therefore keep my statutes and my judgments, and shall not commit any of these abominations, things of the flesh, of your carnal mind, of your vain imaginations, neither any of your own nation, nor any stranger that sojourneth among you. For all these abominations have the men of the land done, which were before you, and the land is defiled. They don't believe. The world does not believe in the Most High, God of Israel. 29. For whosoever shall commit any of these abominations, even the souls that commit them shall be cut off from among their people. Therefore shall ye keep my ordinances, that ye commit not any one of these abominable customs. Key word. Abominable customs, which were committed before in the presence of you, and that ye defile not yourselves therein. I am the Spirit of God, your God. So this is who we believe in. Jehovah, which guides us from these ways that are out of the way. These abominable customs and ordinances of the heathen that are round about us in this land. Leviticus 20, (25 through 27). You shall therefore put difference between clean beasts and unclean, and between unclean fowls and clean. And ye shall not make your souls abominable by beast, or by fowl, or by any manner of living thing that creepeth on the ground, which I have separated from you as unclean. So any of these worldly things, the ways of unbelief, we cannot learn, cannot. Mm. Let's keep going. And ye shall be holy unto me, separated unto me. For I, the Spirit of God, am separated. He's separated from this world, separated from the things of abomination, separated from confusion, and have severed you from other people. The same people that you want to believe in, that ye should be mine. So will you believe that? Will you understand that? Take heed to that, meditate on it, and ye shall be holy unto me. So we supposed to do his ordinances as he said, and not be abominable. Put a difference between clean beasts and unclean. That ye should be mine. Verse 27. A man also or a woman that hath a familiar spirit. So a man, a female or male, also or spirit that have a familiar spirit, or that is a wizard, shall surely be put to death. They shall stone them with stones. Their blood, their life shall be upon them. So we separate. We get out. We destroy the things that is abominable, the things that he hate, the things that are not pleasing to our salvation, to our God, the things that can turn us out of the way and make us abominable. We should be holy and be severed from other people, that we should be his treasure, his jewel, his believer. Believe on that one spirit which guides us. Isaiah chapter 5 and 21. Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes, and understanding, and prudent in their own sight. Those familiar spirits and those wizards. 23 through 25. Let's go hit it again. Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes, understanding, and prudent in their own sight. So they're unbelieving in the spirit, but they believe in the flesh. They believe in themselves, which justify the wicked. Those wizards and familiar spirits of men, which justify wicked for reward. They call evil good and good evil. and take away the righteousness of the righteous from him. So they ain't gonna give you this word. They gonna give you their words which profit nothing, and turn you out of the way and make you abominable and unclean and separated from hope, faith, and the truth of the word of the spirit of Jehovah. That's what men will do. They take away the righteousness of the righteous from him. They gonna sever you. Therefore, as the fire devoured the stubble, and the flame consumeth the chaff, so their root shall be as rottenness. Those unbelievers, those that justify the wicked for reward, that are wise in their own eyes, and their blossom shall go up as dust, because they have cast away the law, the spirit of the law of the spirit of hosts, and despised the word of the Holy One of Israel, because of unbelief. They don't want the truth. They cast it away. They say it's done away with. We don't have to keep. All we got to do is keep 2 or 3. All we got to do is love Jesus and say that he is our Lord and Savior, and that we got a personal relationship with a dead man, because they are out of the way and despised the word of the Holy One of Israel. Therefore is the anger of the Spirit of God kindled against the people. Therefore is the anger of the Spirit of God kindled against his people, and he hath stretched forth his hand, his power against them, and hath smitten them. And the hills did tremble, and their carcasses were torn in the midst of the streets. For all this his anger is not turned away, but his hand, his power is stretched out still. Jeremiah 25. Let's show how his power is still stretched out still for these unbelievers. Jeremiah 25, verse 4 through 7. And the Spirit of God hath sent unto you all his servants the prophets, rising early and sending them. But ye have not hearkened, nor inclined your ear to hear, because you have a heart of unbelief. They said, turn ye again now every one from his evil way, and from the evil of your doings, and dwell in the land that the Spirit of God hath given unto you and to your fathers forever and ever. And go not after other gods to serve them and to worship them, and provoke me not to anger with the works of your hands, and I will do you no hurt. Therefore is the anger of the Spirit of God kindled against his people, because they despised the word of the Holy One of Israel. This word came by the prophets, rising early and sending them. Let's show Deuteronomy 18. I will raise them up a prophet from among their brethren, like unto thee, and will put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak unto them all that I should command him. They sent that word, rising early and sending them, but ye have not hearkened nor inclined your ear to hear. And it shall come to pass that whosoever will not hearken unto my words, which he shall speak in my way, I will require it of him. And those prophets said, go not after other gods to serve them and to worship them, and provoke me not to anger with the works of your hands, speaking the words of Jehovah that he sent, and I will do you no hurt. He will require it of us. Yet ye have not hearkened unto me, says the Spirit of God, that ye might provoke me to anger with the works of your hands to your own hurt. So we caused this problem on ourselves by unbelieving our God, our Creator, our Savior. Let's go to Galatians, because I want to show the works of your hands to your own hurt, and how we provoked him to anger with those works. And you know what works we had. Galatians 5:19 through 21. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which provoked him to anger, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies, envyings, murders, drunkenness, revellings, and such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in times past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of salvation of Jehovah. Numbers chapter 14, verse 11 through 13. And 15 through 23. And the Spirit of God said unto Moses, how long will this people provoke me? And how long will it be ere they believe me? For all the signs which I have showed among them, sending those prophets, giving us this word that can strengthen us and give us salvation, I will smite them with the pestilence, because we provoked him with anger, because we were disobedient and unbelieving, and we cast his word behind us. We cast away the law of the Lord in Isaiah chapter 5 verse 24, and despised the word of the Holy One of Israel. So this is the recompense for being unbelieving. I will smite them with the pestilence and disinherit them. I will make of thee a greater nation and mightier than they. And Moses said unto the Spirit of God, Then the Egyptians shall hear it, for thou broughtest up this people in thy might from among them. 15 through 23. Now if thou shalt kill all this people as one man, then the nations which have heard the fame of thee will speak, saying, Because the Spirit of God was not able to bring this people into the land which he sware unto them, therefore he hath slain them in the wilderness. And now I beseech thee, I beg thee, let the power of my Creator be great, according as thou hast spoken, saying, The Spirit of God is long-suffering and of great mercy, forgiving iniquity and transgression, and by no means clearing the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation. Pardon, I beseech thee, the iniquity of this people, according unto the greatness of thy mercy, and as thou hast forgiven this people from Egypt even unto now. And the Spirit of God said, I have pardoned according to thy word. But as truly as I live, all the earth shall be filled with the glory of the Spirit of God. Because all those men which have seen my glory and my miracles which I did in Egypt in confusion, in that bondage, and in the wilderness, the dry place, and have tempted me now these 10 times, and have not hearkened to my voice, surely they shall not see the land which I swear unto their fathers, neither shall any of them that provoke me see it. So will you keep provoking him even after you get some grace, mercy to come back and be a believer, a true follower of the Spirit and not of self? We have seen the glory. This word has come to us to give us reviving while in this captivity, in this bondage. So we must keep our faith and hope and belief in that spirit always. Don't turn to the left or to the right. We must stay on that one righteous path, following and being guided by the spirit of righteousness, Jehovah. So and this shows right here that his hand is still stretched out still, even though he's angry. Even though he's angry, he still is merciful and great in mercies and forgiving us so that we can come back into this covenant through the faith and hope within us, that belief. It's all about that faith. Second Ezra chapter 16, 74 through 76. Hear, O ye my beloved, said the Creator. Behold, remember the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for Jehovah, the salvation of Israel, is your God. That word of righteousness is your God, and the guide of them who keep my commandments and precepts, says the Creator, thy guide. Let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift up themselves. John chapter 10, verse 24 through 28. Then came the Jews round about him. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for God is your God. Always remember and have that as a fringe, and the guide of them who keep the commandments and precepts. Then came the Jews around about him, and said unto him, How long dost thou make us to doubt? If thou be the Christ, tell us plainly. Salvation answered them, I told you, and you believe not. The works that I do in my Father's way, they bear witness of me. But ye believe not, because ye are not of my sheep. As I said unto you, my sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. And I give unto them eternal life, that hope, that spirit of righteousness, that spirit of life, that word. And they shall never perish, neither shall any man pluck them out of my hand. So we're going to get on track, or what? You going to submit to the spirit, or will you destroy yourself with pride and be that Stony, unbelieving? Isaiah chapter 5, verse 18 through 19. Woe unto them that draw iniquity with cords of vanity, and sin as it were with a cart rope, that say, Let him make speed and haste in his work, that we may see it, and let the counsel of the Holy One of Israel draw nigh and come, that we may know it. Because even if it do come, they still ain't going to believe, because it was right there in front of them. The works that I do in my Father's way, they bear witness of me. I told you, and you believe not. But you believe not, because you are not of my sheep. They're not in the fold. They're not according to the Spirit. They're all fleshly and carnal minded and unbelieving. Let's go to Mark (17 through 24). And one of the multitude answered and said, Master, I have brought unto thee my son, which hath a dumb spirit, and wheresoever he taketh him, he teareth him, and he foameth and gnasheth with his teeth, and pineth away. And I spake to thy disciples that they should cast him out, and they could not. He answered him, the Spirit answered him and said, O faithless generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I suffer you? Bring him unto me. And they brought him unto him, and when he saw him, straightway the spirit tear him, and he fell on the ground and wallowed foaming. And he asked his father, How long is it ago since this came unto him? And he said, Of a child. And oftentimes it hath cast him into the fire and into the waters to destroy him. But if thou canst do anything, have compassion on us and help us. Salvation said unto him, If thou canst believe, all things are possible to him that believeth. So we must have that same belief. All things are possible with that faith in that spirit. Because we can see the man, so there's no reason to hope in the things that we can see. These words is life. These words are the truth. These words are wisdom, which shall save us if we take heed to it, if we believe it. All things are possible to him that believeth. And straightway the father of the child cried out and said with tears, Creator, I believe, help thou mine unbelief. So, will you humble yourself and cry out and ask for help for your unbelief? Or will you be prideful and think yourself to be strong in belief already and that you believe? It's something to meditate on. Help thou mine unbelief. We gotta seek the kingdom, and all things shall be added unto us. If thou believe, all things are possible. Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 30 through 35. The Spirit of God, your guide, which goeth before you, he shall fight for you according to all that he did for you in Egypt before your eyes. And in the wilderness where thou hast seen how that the Spirit of God thy guide bare thee as a man doth bear his son, in all the way that ye went until ye came into this place. Yet in this thing ye did not believe the Spirit of God your God, who went in the way before you to search you out a place to pitch your tents in fire by night, to show you by what way you should go, and in a cloud by day. And the Spirit of God heard the voice of your words, and was wroth, and sware, saying, Surely there shall not one of these men of this evil generation see that good land which I swear to give unto your fathers. So that unbelief will not get us in. You got to be sure on our election, sure on who we choose, because we can't serve two masters. You can't murmur against the Spirit of God. You got to believe wholeheartedly. Jeremiah 32, verse 30 through 35. For the children of Israel and the children of Judah have only done evil before me in the presence of me from their youth. For the children of Israel have only provoked me to anger with the works of their hands, says the Spirit of God. For this city have been to me as a provocation of mine anger, and of my fury from the day that they built it, even unto this day, that I should remove it from before my face. Because of all the evil of the children of Israel and of the children of Judah, which they have done to provoke me to anger, they, their kings, their princes, their priests, and their prophets, and the men of Judah, and the inhabitants of Jerusalem. And they have turned unto me the back, and not the face, though I taught them, rising up early and teaching them. Yet have they yet they have not hearkened to receive instruction. But they set their abominations in the house, which is called by my way, to defile it, and they built the high places of Baal, which are in the valley of the son of Hinnom, to cause their sons and their daughters to pass through the fire unto Moloch, which I command them not. Neither came it into my mind that they should do this abomination to cause Judah to sin. Let's go to Jeremiah. Almost to the end. Jeremiah chapter 3, 1 through 4, 6 through 10, and 12 through 13. They say, if a man put away his wife, and she go from him and become another man's, shall he return unto her again? Shall not that land be greatly polluted? But thou hast played the harlot with many lovers. Yet return again to me, says the Spirit of God. How righteous is that? He's given us another chance. Will you take it? Or will you be an unbeliever? Lift up thine eyes unto the high places, and see where thou hast not been lying with. In the ways hast thou sat for them, as the Arabian in the wilderness, and thou hast polluted the land with thy whoredoms and with thy wickedness. Therefore the showers have been withholden, and there have been no latter rain, and thou hast a whore's forehead. Thou refusest to be ashamed. It was like a whore walking down fig, proud, honoring, unbelieving that we was walking straight to destruction, walking in the path of destruction, walking in the ways of deception and lies, the crooked ways, and the ways of a reprobate. Wilt thou not from this time cry unto me? My Father, thou art the guide of my youth. Will he reserve his anger forever? Will he keep it to the end? But behold, remember, thou hast spoken and done evil things as thou couldest. Oh no, I was supposed to skip to verse 6. The Spirit of God said also unto me in the days of Josiah the king, hast thou seen that which backsliding Israel have done? She is gone up upon every high mountain and under every green tree, and there have played the harlot. And I said, after she had done all these things, turn thou unto me. But she returned not. And her treacherous sister Judah saw it, and I saw when for all the causes whereby backsliding Israel committed adultery, I had put her away and given her a bill of divorce, yet her treacherous sister Judah feared, desired not, believed not, but went and played the harlot also, leaning to their own understanding, what was good to their eyes, the pride of life. And it came to pass through the lightness of her whoredom that she defiled the land, and committed adultery with stones and with stocks. And yet for all this her treacherous sister Judah hath not turned unto me with her whole heart, but faintly, said the Spirit of God. Faintly. 12 through 13. Go and proclaim these words toward the north, and say, Return, thou backsliding Israel, said the Spirit of God, and I will not cause my anger to fall upon you. Will you believe this? Because if you don't, that anger will fall upon you. For I am merciful. He won't have that mercy because he's already giving you a chance to escape from that punishment, from that anger and that wrath that is to come, said the Spirit of God, and I will not keep anger forever. Only acknowledge thine iniquity, that thou hast transgressed against the Spirit of God thy guide, and hast scattered thy ways to the strangers under every green tree, and ye have not obeyed my voice. You didn't believe. Because if you believed in that one, you wouldn't be going to others, says the Spirit of God. Let's go to 2 Chronicles chapter 34, verse 21. Go inquire 21, 24 through and 24 through 33. Go inquire of the Spirit of God for me, and for them that are left in Israel and in Judah, concerning the words of the book that is found. For great is the wrath of the Spirit of God that is poured out upon us, because our fathers have not kept the word of the Spirit of God, to do after all that is written in this book. 24 through 33. Thus says the Spirit of God, Behold, remember, I will bring evil upon this place and upon the inhabitants thereof, even all the curses that are written in the book which they have read before the king of Judah, because they have forsaken me and have burned incense unto other gods, idols, that they might provoke me to anger with all the works of their hands. Therefore my wrath shall be poured out upon this place, and shall not be quenched. And as for the king of Judah, who sent you to who sent you to inquire of the Spirit of God, so shall ye say unto him, Thus says the Spirit of God, thy guide of Israel, concerning the words which thou hast heard. Because thine heart was tender, and thou didst humble thyself before Jehovah, or before the salvation of Israel, when thou heardest his words against this place and against the inhabitants thereof, and humblest thyself before me, and didst rend thy clothes and weep before me, I have even heard thee also, says the Spirit of God, because you submitted and believed. Behold, I will gather thee to thy fathers, and thou shalt be gathered to thy grave in peace. Neither shall thine eyes understanding see all the evil that I will bring upon this place, and upon the inhabitants of the same. So they brought the king word again. Then the king sent and gathered together all the elders of Judah and Jerusalem. And the king went up into the house of the Spirit of God, and all the men of Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and the priests and the Levites, and all the people, great and small. And he read in their ears all the words of the book of the covenant that was found in the house of the Spirit of God. And the king stood in his place and made a covenant before the Spirit of God, to walk after the Spirit of God, and to keep his commandments and his testimonies and his statutes with all his heart and with all his soul, to perform the words of the covenant which are written in this book. And he caused all that were present in Jerusalem and Benjamin to stand to it, stand on that business. And the inhabitants of Jerusalem did according to the covenant of Jehovah, the guide of their fathers. And Josiah took away all the abominations out of all the countries that pertain to the children of Israel. So it wasn't just him speaking about it. He put in work. He put in actions. He had that faith and works, and made all that were present in Israel to serve, even to serve the Spirit of God their God. In all his days they departed not from following the Spirit of God, the guide, the salvation of Israel of their fathers. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus or Sirach. It's the last one for the night, for the day. Ecclesiasticus, Sirach, chapter 17, verse 14 through 16. And he said unto them, beware of all unrighteousness. And he gave every man commandment concerning his neighbor. Their ways are ever before him, and shall not be hid from his eyes. Every man from his youth is given to evil, neither could they make to themselves fleshly hearts for Stony. So this is why we cannot trust in ourselves. We cannot repair ourselves. We cannot revive ourselves. We are not God. But that word can reform us and renew our minds. And it just came to me, Ezekiel 11, 11 and verse 19. Let's start at 17. Therefore say, thus says the Creator thy God, I will even gather you from the people and assemble you out of the countries where ye have been scattered, and I will give you the land of Israel. And they shall come thither, and they shall take away all the detestable things thereof, same way Josiah did, and all the abominations thereof from thence. And I will give them one heart. You can't do this. And I will put a new spirit within you. And I will take the stony heart, because every man from his youth is given to evil, neither could they make to themselves fleshy hearts for stony. But if we believe in the Spirit, and I will give them one heart, renew our minds, and I will put a new spirit within you, and I will take the stony heart out of their flesh, and will give them an heart of flesh, that they may walk in my statutes and keep my ordinances and do them, and they shall be my people, and I will be their God. But as for them, the unbelieving, whose heart walketh after the heart of their detestable things and their abominations, I will recompense their way upon their heads, says the Creator thy God. And we've seen examples of that, of how his wrath and anger was upon us. We can see it today. We're living proof of it. We're cast out in a land that's not ours, in bondage. But will you renew within his spirit, so you can cast off those bondage clothes, that garment of bondage, and be renewed in the spirit, and put on a new garment, new covering of him. And this is Deacon DeForest Smith with the House of the Lost Sheep of Israel and the King James Bible University. And I hope you got some understanding, and that we cannot be stony, unbelieving. And this is straight out of Compton. Shalom.